New Haven, Huntington North, and Leo. So a little bit of an intriguing schedule down the stretch here.
Yeah, it is, Andrew, and again, our record not very indicative of how well the Lady Eagles have been playing at times this season, and a Lady Eagle team that feels that they can compete in their sectional this next sectional time at Bishop Dwenger. You looked at, down the stretch run, and obviously you don't finish with the easiest teams in the world in Leo and Huntington as they come into down Left Luke Gymnasium, but again, it's a schedule that hopefully puts you in position to win a big ball game, but it could be because you're playing talent down the line, and I think that's what the Lady Eagles are looking for.
And, of course, that sectional will be coming up on the second week of February, the 13th, 16th, 17th, I believe, and it apparently will be at Dwenger, so that'll be a tough place to play, as we were talking about earlier during your reserve game, and it's got some tough shooting backdrops. You got the stage on the one end, and so that's a little bit of a factor, even though you don't like it.
Well, and a lot of places like that have effects. You see the Coliseum and what it's done over the years. It's poor field goal shooting, and for being 35 degrees inside the Coliseum is one thing, but having either a curtain or empty seats sit behind the basket is another thing to shoot at, and that's something that basketball teams are just not really used to. In fact, Andy, while we're here, we're inside in Northrop, obviously. This actually reminds me a lot of Peru in terms of the background and the setup of it. And very similar colors.
Not quite as big.
Not quite as big, but it reminds me a lot of Peru because of the depth behind the basket where the out of bounds is.
Yeah, there's considerable depth here behind the buckets, and a little bit of a strange backdrop here. If you shoot from the angle on either end, on opposite sides, you can get the effect of an orange scoreboard and an orange basketball. Obviously, you and I have not shot here, although you apparently took a shot during...
I did hit I hit a 12-foot jumper, the first shot I've taken probably in a couple months because of my wrist.
Who gave you a shot?
Sherry Hoppy actually handed me the ball, so...
Thought maybe you were, like the carnival, you were buying a shot for a buck.
Oh, no.
Win a prize.
These rims would be a little bit bigger, so...
I think you're right there, but... So, at any rate, it's a little bit of on Columbia City. When we look at Northrop, 7-7, very up and down. Very surprising. I had not followed them that closely over the year, pay a little more attention to our conference foes, but when we look down their schedule and what they've done, it's kind of been just a roller coaster ride for the Bruins and Coach Ginder as they win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 2, and then win, take a couple of losses, and then they split their last 2 out of 3, winning those 2 out of 3. So, and you look at their schedule, some interesting opponents. Obviously, a strong schedule here, same as Columbia City, but they've had an up-and-down campaign, and it's surprising. They've got a considerable amount of talent over here with the Elmer girl and also Kelsey Corbin, only a sophomore. So that schedule, those results, are a little bit interesting.
Yeah, 13-9 last year, Andrew. This year they come in, and you mentioned they're a 500 ball club. They've actually beaten some teams that we've lost to, and they've lost some teams that we've beaten. So, you really can't make much of that. They beat teams like Marion. They beat Southside. They beat Wayne, which are, sometimes gimmies or sometimes not gimmies. And then they get a big win over Elmhurst. And Elmhurst Ball Club is pretty decent this year from what I've heard. And they beat Dwenger this year, 57-53 at Bishop Dwenger. So that's an interesting score, and I think that's one that's probably fresh in the minds for these Northrop girls. But then again, Andrew, on the flip side of that, they've lost to some teams they should probably, I don't want to say should not have lost to because we haven't seen them yet, but they lost to DeKalb at home by 3.
Yep.
And, and they lost to Warsaw at home by 8. So,
interesting.
Just a funny season so far for these for Northrop ball team here. And, Andy, I know the score that really jumps out at me is they've actually competed with Bishop Lures and were beat 69-58.
Yeah, that was...
wow. All basketball games stretch out towards the end. So you kind of wonder if that one might have been a little bit tighter than the score seems. 69-58 in favor of Lures. Probably the toughest team in Northeast Indiana right now, in my opinion.
And Lures, speaking of them, they beat Snyder twice this year in that conference tourney. And
they've not only beat Snyder, they've pretty much manhandled them. I think the first time they beat them by 16, and the last time they played them, they beat them by 21. So, that's a pretty solid Bishop Lures ball club.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be very formidable come tournament time in that two-way. Is probably looking at a third straight state title, at least in some people's eyes in the media. So that'll be interesting to see down the road when we get there. So I would imagine the tournament draw will be coming up, I would think, next week. We'll have to check with Coach Krieger on that, but I imagine that might be coming out early next week. So always of concern the draw. So
well, we look at that sectional, Andrew. I know we're kind of getting off the subject here. Tough sectional, but one that's one that's definitely possible to win for the Lady Eagles. There's some pretty upper mediocre basketball teams in there, if you will. Teams like Concordia, who by no means is a slouch, and put together some pretty tall players. Last year we beat them in the sectional. 10. We beat them in the sectional by 10. That, of course, being on our home floor, and that, if I remember correctly, was a very young Concordia ball club.
Yeah, they
had 4 sophomores or
they did.
Like that.
They're very young, so they'll be a force to. In fact, the media, Hoosier Basketball Magazine, picked them to be the real threat to unseat Columbia City as defending champion this year. So that'll be something to look for down the road here. So the only time we'll tell on that tonight. The task at hand is Northrop here at Northrop. So we'll get to that momentarily here, and I think we're going to go give you the underwriters that are bringing you this one tonight.
All right, Andrew, we got some time on our hands, so we'll start early. Tonight's underwriters include Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with branches in Columbia City, South Whitley, Cherubusco, and Fort Wayne, including the Frontage Road branch in Columbia City. The Star Financial Bank is 248-6000. Farm Bureau Insurance. For all your insurance needs, give Bill Lou or Chuck Springer a call at 244-6179 or stop by their Gateway Park location just off Highway 30 in Columbia City. That's Farm Bureau Insurance at 244-6179. Smith Brothers Standard Service Station on North Main Street, just south of Highway 30. Smith Brothers features 24-hour record service, and they repair all makes of vehicles. That's Smith Brothers at 244-5904. Thompson's Willie County Motors, located at 300 East and US 30. From Columbia City, they're your full-service General Motors dealer offering new and used car and truck sales, leasing, and financing. Thompson's also offers mechanical and body repair along with parts and accessories, all since 1919. Check out your furniture at 301 West Van Buren Street in Columbia City. Check out your furniture offers 2 full floors of bedroom, dining room, and living room furniture. Check out your furniture located at the intersection of Van Buren and Line Street in Columbia City. Also tonight, Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. They provide legal services to individuals and businesses in Whitley County. From their offices in downtown Columbia City, that's Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. Life can be full of pleasant and unpleasant surprises. That's why an Allstate agent like Mary Jo Relu at 248-2911 can help you protect your home, auto, and life from the unpleasant ones. You're in good hands with Allstate and the Relu Agency at 248-2911. Winding down here on game time over at Northrop tonight, where the Lady Eagles are all set to take on the Northrop Lady Bruins. And should note, there was going to be a 3-way meet. The freshmen did not play tonight there, Andrew. A JV game only. We had some illnesses for both teams, I believe, for the freshmen, so it was a JV game with freshmen allowed to play in it. Yep. Pretty good game up and down the floor, I think. Do you have the score over there?
Yeah, I had it somewhere. Somehow eluded me at this point. We'll get it momentarily.
You got it on my underwriter sheet. Northrop won at 45-36. A pretty solid ball club in Northrop. Columbia City looked pretty well at times, too. Played with a lot of freshmen in the game before this one.
Yes, they did, and did quite well. Northrop down the stretch. They had a gal 6'2", who I'm surprised is not playing varsity for Northrop, and I don't see her out there. But at any rate, she could have been a problem in this game.
Yeah.
6'2", junior by the name of Nikki Moran, and she's a junior, but not dressed for varsity action. She did a lot of damage against Columbia City in the reserve game, but we will not have to deal with her. Instead, we'll have to deal with 6'2" Melissa Elmer. So, sure, we'll have plenty on our hands with her. So,
well, what's Elmer averaging over there?
Melissa Elmer is averaging
19-9
a game in 14 games played, 84% from the field. So obviously, she gets a lot of bunnies underneath. And so that'll be interesting. And Kelsey Corbin coming in at 17.1. So those are two guns. And Corbin got a little bit of a good game last year when they played us back in Columbia City. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. They're a fast starting club. When you look at their stats here, they score quite a bit in the first quarter and the last quarter. So they're fast starters. They're also it appears to be very good at finishing a game as they outscore their opponents 228-165 in the fourth quarter and 220-178 in the first. So quick starters over the course of the season. They also finish pretty well, it seems.
Yeah, I imagine. Just looking at that, it looks like it's a ball club that's plays in spurts in terms of defensively. You got to wonder if they use that hard press there in the beginning and the end of games to cause some turnovers and get the transition game going. And just speculating at this point, but you're right, Andy. First and fourth quarter doing the job for them.
Second, third, they're kind of rather what you would say mediocre compared to their other two numbers in the first and fourth. So that'll be something to look for here tonight. Will Northrop get off to a fast start, which they normally do here, according to the statistics. So they're 7-7. They come in with a 2-2 record in the SAC, which is a little bit of a knockdown, drag-out conference at times, playing Snyder and Lures, and others. And Columbia City, of course, is 6-9, 3-3 in the NHC. So the Lady Eagles will battle back to 500 in the conference, but looks as though Carroll has a pretty good grip on the NHC at this point, 6-0, and Norwell's 5-1. That's kind of surprising, Norwell.
Yeah, well, Norwell's come a long way in the course of the last 3 years, and they got some good fundamental basketball players down there.
So the rock music continues to blare here at Northrop, and still got a little bit of time here. Warm-ups here, a couple and a half minutes, and looks as though we'll have some sort of a choir or something down to our left coming out for the national anthem. So, or I guess, or either that or that's some sort of a dance troupe down there. But whatever the case, a little bit of time here before we get started. And there are some add-ons to the Lady Eagle lineup tonight as Chastity Myers will be out again with an illness. And Crystal Bondard not in the lineup tonight either, due to that, I would think. So they have added Stephanie Hoppy, number 50, Dina Foster, number 20, Jennifer Dye, number 32, Marissa Licky, number 34, added to the Columbia City lineup. And apparently no changes on the Northrop lineup, so those are your roster changes for tonight. So we're just about ready to go here. We'll get to the starting lineups here momentarily.
We thought we'd see Vondran here tonight, too. Getting a lot of playing time lately and coming through in terms of rebounds and stuff. Not necessarily a person, a ball player that you look to score 12 points a game, but Vondran, a young sophomore, getting key minutes for Lady Eagles. She played key over DeKalb, too. Had some good rebounds, a couple assists, I do think.
Yep.
So Vondran, key ball player, and she may do that down the stretch, too.
Yeah, she may. She's got a little bit, couple of games of varsity experience under her belt now, and so we'll look for her down the stretches. I'm sure depth becomes a problem for the Lady Eagles at some times, and so I'm sure she'll be in the lineup when she gets well again. So Vondran and Myers out tonight with illness. So that's the report from the bench anyway. Okay, well, we'll get ready for the starting lineup for this one tonight. And we'll give them to you for Northrop first, the homestanding Northrop Bruins. And starting for Coach Phil Ginder and Northrop will be out front. It's going to be Kelsey Corbin, a 5'7" sophomore guard. She wears number 12. Also, Courtney Long Gardner, a 5'9" sophomore, wears number 11. I kind of fooled myself on that name from I was trying to say something else. So it's Courtney Long Gardner, 11. Where's number 11? She's a 5'9" sophomore. And down low for Northrop will be Amber Brewer, a 5'8" junior center. Shannon Kiefer, where's number 21? She's a 5'9" forward, and she is a senior. And number 23, Melissa Elmer, leading them in scoring at 19.9 a game. Melissa Elmer, where's number 23? She's a 6'2" senior, and check that. She will get the call at center. Brewer will be at forward. So once again, for the homestanding Bruins, it will be Courtney Long Gardner, Kelsey Corbin, Amber Brewer, Shannon Kiefer, Melissa Elmer, and head coach Phil Ginder, and he's assisted by Brian Hill and Cindy Kindshee. So that's the lineup for the Bruins, and we'll go to Tom for the...
At this time,
tonight for the Lady Eagles. The Lady Eagles will start out front at the point guard. Dana Roberts, she's a 5'8" number 30 junior guard. Shelby Schumann also gets the call for the Lady Eagles, a 5'8" sophomore forward. Kara Davidson gets the start for the Lady Eagles, also a 5'7" sophomore guard. Lori, check that, Rachel Pepler, a 5'9" forward for the Lady Eagles. She's a senior in the starting lineup. Go along with Mallory Thaler, the 6' tall sophomore center for the Lady Eagles. So once again, it's Roberts, Schumann, Davison, Kepler, and Baylor getting the start for the Lady Eagles tonight. The Eagles are coached by Coach Wayne Krieger and assisted by Roger Farrell, Rhonda LaCresta, and Marcia McNagny. And Randy, we're all about set here. We're doing the starting lineup here to my left. The PA announcer is immediately to my left, so it might get loud in my microphone every now and then.
Yeah, they could. The fans should be able to hear pretty good. The speaker system seems rather loud here, so we might pick up a little.
Yeah, a little dim though in terms of light. You and I noticed that before the game, and you wonder if those kind of things have an effect. And I don't know if they'd have an effect on me. I
don't know. I imagine we got the national anthem to go yet, I believe. I don't know whatever happened to that, what I thought was a choir or something, but they have apparently left the building. I don't know, maybe we'll just get a good old cassette tape of the national anthem, but we'll just have to wait and see. The Lady Eagles wearing those road black uniforms again. They have broken out the black, so the road black, predominantly black with the maroon numerals, the gold trim, and Northrop in the predominantly home white, the orange numerals, the brown trim of the Bruins.
So we've had some battles over here over the years, Andrew.
And some tournament battles in this gym a long time ago in the early 80s. So, well, we're going to honor America with our national anthem. Anthem here tonight, Northrop High School, Fort Wayne, Indiana. WJHS 91.5 FM, Columbia City. On the scene for this one, Tom Ritzler and Andrew Thompson here. And we're just about set and ready to go. Decent Columbia City crowd on hand here tonight, Tom. A little small on the other side, but Columbia City with a decent throng of people here tonight.
Especially for a night of IU and Purdue basketball.
Yeah, surprisingly. So we're just about ready to go here. Both teams have entered the playing court. Columbia City once again in the black uniforms, maroon numerals, gold trim. They will travel right to left, and Northrop obviously left to right. Colby Taylor to jump center against Melissa Elmer. 6'2" Melissa Elmer and 6 foot Mallory Taylor. Well, the referee finally got his signals together here. And the ball is up, and the tap is easily controlled by Elmer of Northrop. And out top is going to be Kelsey Corbin. Rachel Pepper will guard her. Now right side she finds Long Gardner. Up top, Corbin. In the middle, Elmer fires from the elbow, scores, rattles it in quickly. So 2-0 quickly. That took about all of 12 seconds. Roberts across the timeline to Faylor. Errant pass off of Faylor's hands, out of bounds, turnover, Columbia City. A little bit of a rough start, 20 seconds in, turnover already.
Eagles playing a 1-3 zone, and Pepler shadowing number 12 there, Corbin.
All right, just 30 seconds gone, Northrop up by 2. Long Gardner sends it in, stolen, however, is intended for Elmer. And it is Roberts coming out with it. She's across the timeline, she'll set it up. And she'll work the right side, now finds Faylor way out on the arc. Nice pass into Davison, interior, puts it up on the glass, scores. So Kara Davison with the first 2 Columbia City points. We're even at 2. And here comes Corbin back across the timeline for the Lady Bruins. She moves it right side. That's going to be Kiefer over there. Up top now is Longardner. Now Kiefer right side on the arc. Longardner top of the key moves it left. Now it's Corbin over there. And wide right in the corner. Kelsey Corbin loads it up for 3. No, that's long back iron. Rebound out of there to Thaler. She'll let the traffic clear and gives it off to Roberts. So we are tied at 2. A minute 15 into this first quarter. Roberts across the timeline will use a Thaler screen. Go right, wide open for 3. She loads it up, short. Rebound under there to Schumann. She puts it on the glass, no good. Rebound out there to Melissa Elmer of Northrop. Now gets it off to Kelsey Corbin. Corbin will work up the floor and across the timeline. Pepler bothers her up top. She hands it off, however, to Kiefer. Now up top it is Longardner. Now right side, left side is Kiefer. Elmer in the lane, spins over Thaler, scores. About 12, nice 12-footer for Elmer. Good-looking jumper. That was. Nothing but net. So 4-2 Northrop. And Roberts back across the timeline to Rachel Pepler. Now left baseline Davison down on the arc. Now in the middle, she gets it into Thaler. Now Roberts fakes the 3 on the right side, drives to the basket, puts it up, scores off the glass. Little scoop shot. Yeah, the old scooping layup for Dana Roberts. We're even at 4. Here comes Corbin back for the Bruins across the timeline. To the right side, Longardner with it. Now left side is going to be Kiefer. Now Longardner right side on the arc. Nice interior pass to Elmer. Contact and kind of a late foul there on Columbia City.
Yeah, common foul in the box there. No, will not be a shooting foul. And Kara Davison is going to pick it up for the Lady Eagles. Her first team foul number 1 as well.
5:43 for the first quarter here at Northrop tonight. 4-4. It will be, I believe, Corbin to send it in for Northrop. She gets it all the way up top. Longardner. Nice pass into Corbin. Spins in the lane, fires and scores. 6-4 Northrop. Dana Roberts back up with the Lady Eagles across the timeline. 5.5 for the first quarter. She looks for Thaler down low. Nice pass. Thaler corrals the pass. Turnaround jumper. No, rims out. Rebound out of there to Brewer of Northrop, who gives it off to Corbin across the timeline. They run right side, knocked out of bounds by Thaler. Nice defense.
Yeah, good anticipation there by Mallory. She read that from half court.
So Thaler the deflection, so it will be Northrop ball in front of the Columbia City bench. Brewer to send it in. And she gets it up top, and now it's going to be Corbin. Works the right side, now all the way left it's going to be Kiefer. Down low, Brewer puts up the shot off the glass. No, contact, she falls down. Now Schumann comes out with a loose ball and gets it off to Pepler. So Rachel will slow it down and get it across the timeline. Now straight up 5 minutes for the first quarter. Now Davis in left corner, fakes, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Thaler. Away out on the arc. Now top of the key, she sends it right side to Roberts. Now further down the right side is Schumann with it. Now right baseline, Roberts in the corner, has room if she wants it, doesn't take it. Now Pepler fakes the 3, interior pass to Thaler, turnaround jumper, short. Rebound out of there to Corbin. Long lead pass for Longardner, stolen by Pepler, now stolen back by Northrop. Thaler puts it up, scores. A little bit of a bad break there.
Yeah.
So 8-4 Northrop, 4.5 for the first quarter. Roberts moves it up across the timeline. The left side, Davison with it on the arc. She fakes the 3, doesn't take it. Now comes up top, Rachel Pepler. Pepler fakes at the free throw line. Now she goes down to Schumann. Contact, and it appears a Northrop foul.
A little shove in the back there. Schumann posted up pretty well. Pepler found her underneath. Foul on 1-1. That's what I'm seeing. That's on Longardner. And her first team foul number 1. Lady Eagles put the ball underneath their own basket.
Letting them play. Foul apiece. Dana Roberts to send it in. Now Pepler right side on the baseline. She fakes, drives the right baseline, goes up against Elmer, draws heavy contact, no foul. Brewer gets the loose ball and gives it up to Corbin. Northrop heads back the other way. Kelsey Corbin walks it slowly across the timeline. His right side, Longardner on the arc. Up top now, Kiefer. Now wide left. Corbin for 3. Scores. He'll give her 2. What was on the line? It's 10-4, Northrop. Here comes Roberts across the timeline. She moves it left. Now left baseline and Davison drives. Now up top Roberts again. She thinks about 3, doesn't take it. Right side Rachel Pepler now on the arc. Pepler tries that right baseline again, drives, puts up the shot, scores. The running one-hander by Rachel Pepler. Little floater. Yep. Kind of like the shot she beat Penn with earlier in the season. 10-6. Here's Corbin for the Bruins. Now left side is Kiefer on the arc. Up top Longardner. Now she gets to Kelsey Corbin right side on the arc. Pepler bothers her. Long cross-court passes Corralled by Kiefer. She gets it in to Elmer. Elmer spins. Turnaround jumper short. Rebound out there to Dana Roberts. Roberts will run the floor. 2-on-1. Now it's going to be a 2-on-2. Roberts takes it all the way to the hole. Puts it up short. Contact, no call. Corbin's out with the rebound. And she'll move it across the timeline for the Bruins. Now left side with it. Long Gardner. Long 2 from 17. That's long back iron. All the way up for the rebound. And Brewer puts it up and scores.
She was all alone, Andrew.
Yes, she was. That gets Coach Krieger up off the bench. 2:50 for the first quarter. Timeout, Columbia City. 30-second timeout.
Well, we mentioned Northrop gets out of the gate quick, Andrew. 12 already this first quarter. We got 3 minutes left to go here almost. Tonight's underwriters include Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with branches in Columbia City, South Whitley, Cherubusco, and Fort Wayne. That includes the Frontage Road branch in Columbia City at Star Financial Bank. 248-6000. 12-6 our score on Northrop on top of this one. 2:46 left to go. First quarter of play.
At least I thought I heard that was a 30-second timeout. Okay, there we go. It must be a 30. All right, so Northrop, a couple of bunnies here underneath as they've got all alone for a couple of boards down there offensively.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Chastity gives us. You know, she gives us a lot of size and, you know, some good blockouts and some good rebounds. And without her out there, it's Taylor working real hard all by herself sometimes.
So Pepler sending it in the backcourt, gives it to Dana Roberts, and she will work it up across the timeline now. She goes left side on the arc with it now. Kara Davison. Nice interior pass is stolen, however, as it was for Taylor. Now here comes Corbin out across the timeline. Corbin will work the right side. Pepler guards her. Now left side with it. Shannon Kiefer on the arc. Now Long Gardner, top of the key. She goes right side. Corbin, right baseline. Nice interior pass to Brewer. Triple teamed over. Now Pepler steals it. Roberts steals it. Roberts off on a breakaway all alone. She's got 2 people to beat. Heavy contact. Shot doesn't go as Roberts hits the deck way behind the Northrop, or behind the basket, I should say.
I don't think it was intentional. Looked worse than it probably was. She got shoved in the back as she got hit. Roberts will go to the free throw line after getting the steal. Foul on Long and Gardner. That's her second. So Long and Gardner with 2 here in the first quarter.
So Roberts, the shooter, she scores.
I had that for her second.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they're wrong on the scoreboard. Anyway, it's 12-7. Roberts with the second one. She scores, so it's 12-8. Northrop substitution, the first of the evening. Kelly Kanapaki. Kanapaki will be on, and Long Gardner will sit. So Brewer sends it in the backcourt to Kelsey Corbin. 2:15 for this first quarter. Corbin works it up cross town. There's that little half-court trap, and almost a steal by Schumann, but getting loose with it is Kiefer. And she sends it down to Brewer. The pass is going to be stolen. Davison has it. The backcourt gets it off to Schumann, now to Roberts. And Roberts will move it across the timeline. Straight up 2 minutes for the first quarter now. Now left side on the baseline, Davison with it. She fakes, drives in the middle, kicks it off to Pepler, top of the key. Rachel drives to the right side, puts it up on the glass. No, it rims out. But a foul on Northrop.
And that did everything but go down.
That used about everything in the rim there.
Yep. About 99%. If it would have touched the last one, it might have got it to go. Didn't see the fouls on. Did you, Andrew? Either way, Pepler's going to shoot 2 on it. And foul on Brewer for first, team foul number 3. So Pepler heads to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So 12-8. Rachel with a nice drive to the basket. She scores the free throw.
Now Pepler's shooting about 80% from the free throw line right now, Andrew.
You're just about right. 79.1. So Rachel back to the free throw line now. 12-9 Northrop. A minute 52 now. Rachel scores. Substitution for Columbia City. Lori Minnick on. Kara Davison will sit down. So it's 12-10 now. Lady goes back in it. They were down 6 a minute ago. Corbin moves it up for the Lady Bruins in the backcourt. Well, Columbia City do that half-court press. There it is, or trap, I should say. Now all the way left side now. It's going to be swung all the way into Brewer. Stolen by Thaler. Thaler in the corner. Gets it off to Roberts. Roberts will move it up slowly in the backcourt. Kelsey Corbin will guard her there. Across the timeline is Roberts. Now right side Thaler with it. Mallory looks. Now right baseline. Roberts has the 3 if she wants it. They give her room, but interior pass to Schumann. She's double teamed. Back out to Roberts for 3 on the baseline, and that's an air ball.
Tough angle.
A little wide. Rebound out there to Elmer to Corbin. Corbin across the timeline. Now left side with a Kiefer on the arc. Now we come back top of the key, Kanapaki. Now left side over there is going to be Kiefer for three. That's short. And the rebound's going to come long. It comes right back to Kiefer. Now down low to Corbin. Corbin spins back up top. Now right side Kanapaki. She loads it up for three. Wins in and out. No. Rebound Minnick, who gets it off to Roberts. So we're under a minute for this first quarter. 12-10. Roberts calls the play. She moves across half court. Dana will try the left side now. Lori Minnick loads it up from 17. No, it's long back iron. Rebound out of there to Brewer. Here comes Northrop. Brewer gave it off to Corbin. Corbin will walk it up slowly. We're under 35 seconds now. And Corbin will move it across the timeline. Looks as though they will play for one shot. Long baseline. Elmer gets wide open, however, and she scores from about 12 feet out there. So no one shot there. Elmer puts it up, and she's wide open, 14-10. Roberts, right side on the arc. Now Rachel Pepler, top of the key. Now Mallory Failer, left side on the arc. Mallory drives into the paint. Now kicks it out right side to Roberts. Nice interior pass to Schumann. She's pressured there. Gets it back out to Roberts. 6 seconds. Now to Failer. Now back to Roberts. Roberts fakes the three. Back to Failer. Turn around jumper on the baseline. Uses all the rim and goes. Basket counts.
That was a question of who was going to shoot the shot. Anyone could have took it there. Roberts went with Failer.
Several options.
Back out to Roberts, and Roberts finally had a jumper, but she gave it to Failer on the block with about 3 seconds on the post, and Failer turned around and nailed it. Used all parts of the rim, as you would say, Andrew. Tonight's game underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. For all your insurance needs, give Bill Lou or Chuck Springer a call at 244-6179 or stop by their Gateway Park location just off Highway 30 in Columbia City. That's Farm Bureau Insurance at 244-6179. Also tonight, Smith Brothers Standard Service Station on North Main Street, just south of Highway 30. Smith Brothers features 24-hour record service, and they repair all makes of vehicles at Smith Brothers at 244-5904. And Thompson's Whitley County Motors, located at 300 East and US 30 in Columbia City. They're your full-service General Motors dealer offering new and used car, truck sales, leasing, and financing. Thompson's also offers mechanical and body repair along with parts and accessories all since 1919. Thompson's General Motors, 14-12 our score. Andrew, interesting enough, Northrop got off to a quick start. 8 points in the first 6 minutes of the first 4 minutes of the contest, and slowed down since.
Okay, well, we'll look for that in a second. 14-12 the score. We start the second quarter. Columbia City's possession. Roberts across the timeline. Now wide right side with it is Failer on the arc. She's bothered out there by Brewer. Now here's Roberts in the corner. Has that three if she wants it, but doesn't take it. She better do something. Now she thinks about it. Now she dribbles now into Failer. Failer puts on the move. Fakes. Doesn't hit the layup, however. Rebound out of there to Kiefer. And Failer was lucky she wasn't called for over the back.
No more travel.
Corbin with it across the timeline for Northrop. Right side with his Kiefer. Now Kanapaki up top. Elmer in the lane. Spins, fires. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound out to Roberts. And a reach-in foul from behind coming on Northrop.
Boy, Roberts, the point guard for Columbia City, down low. Playing amongst the threes, yeah. Give her credit for a rebound. And one. Put the other number out there, buddy. Number 12 for Northrop will pick up the foul at Corbin for first. And team foul number 4 for Northrop.
All right. The ball out of bounds, Columbia City. Roberts and Pepler bring it up. Pepler moves it across the timeline. Lady Eagles have a chance to tie this trip. Now right corner with it's going to be Davison. All the way out top, Roberts. Now swings it left side to Pepler. Rachel fakes. Now to come back top the key with it. Now spins it into Failer. Failer backs in. Needs help. And the ball is stuffed and stolen as Corbin's off the race with it. 1-on-2 against Schumann and Pepler. Gets it to Brewer. Brewer almost travels. Puts it up. No. Rebound Corbin and a foul on Rachel Pepler apparently from behind.
Interesting enough, Dublin Failer down here on the block offensively for the Lady Eagles.
Yep.
Failer getting double teamed on the block. Last foul, Andy, on Pepler, her first. Team foul number 2, common foul, so Northrop's got underneath their own basket.
Eagle bench wanted to travel there, and they're not going to get it. Now it's Kiefer. Kanapaki spins it into Corbin. Out to Kiefer for 3. Scores. Well, only staying foot on the line again, so 2. 16-12. They're deadly from outside, Tom. Well, Roberts across the timeline for Columbia City. Right side now, Schumann in the corner. Nice interior pass. Failer spins to the baseline, puts it up. That's long. Rebound fought for Davison and Elmer, and it goes off of Elmer. So it will be Columbia City's possession.
Elmer jumped a little early there, otherwise she would have had the rebound pretty easily.
This is time to leap.
Failer rushing her shot a little bit right now.
1:22 gone here in a second. Roberts gets it to Pepler, left baseline. Now Rachel Lutz comes up top. Now Kara Davison, wide right. Roberts fakes the three, spins into the middle, into the paint. Pass stolen as she tried to get it off to Schumann. Now it's Corbin out 1-on-2. Puts it up off the glass, scores. 18-12 as Northrop in transition gets another bucket. Now Roberts across the timeline uses a Pepler screen, goes left. Now she needs help. She picks up the dribble, now gets to Pepler out top of the key. Rachel will look, call the play, and it's go left side to Failer with it on the wing. Failer loads it up from three. That's way off. And out of rebound out there to Corbin. Corbin. And she drives into the paint, puts it up, scores. 20-12 as the Lady Eagles, the wheels have kind of fallen off here. Timeout, Columbia City. Full timeout for Coach Krieger and the Lady Eagles as it's 20-12.
Well, they got out of the gate again quick this second quarter here, Andrew. Check that, 6 points here in the first 2 minutes of play. Tonight's game underwritten by Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny. Attorneys at law that provide legal services to individuals and businesses in Whitley County. From their offices in downtown Columbia City, that's Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, and McNagny, attorneys at law. Also, McGregor Furniture at 301 West Van Buren Street in Columbia City. McGregor Furniture offers a complete line of Royal furniture, catnap recliners, and much, much more. That's McGregor Furniture, located at the intersection of Van Buren and Lang Street in Columbia City. 20-12 our score here, Andrew, and as you said, wheels falling off here in the last couple minutes, and just some tiny breakdowns have caused it.
Yeah, the last three trips down the floor, a couple of situations where you get yourself stuck in the corner and get double teamed and an errant pass results, or a couple of interesting shots, but obviously the coaching staff was not happy with.
Well, it's an 8-point ball game. We'll see what happens here.
Not a problem yet, hopefully. So Pepler sends in the backcourt to Roberts. 5:50 for the second quarter. Lady Eagles trail by 8. Roberts across the timeline, moves it right. Now Failer down there in the right corner on the arc. Now to Pepler. Pepler looks underneath, doesn't have anyone. Now she overshoots Failer on the pass. And Failer scooted across the middle, but the pass goes awry. For the last 4 trips, turnover. Kelsey Corbin across the timeline for the Bruins. She's going to be trapped at half court. Now gets it off to Kanapaki. Traveling violation on Kanapaki.
Well, half court stunt.
Yep.
Like
that worked well at DeKalb.
Yeah, it did. Looks like a linebacker coming on a blitz.
So Roberts across the timeline for Columbia City. And to move right using a Schumann screen. And loading it up for 3. It's an air ball with Davison in the corner, but Schumann corrals the rebound. Schumann needs help. She's trapped in the corner, double team, throws it out of bounds. So turnover Columbia City once again. And who do we have on?
Marissa Licky will check in.
Marissa Licky. Okay, that's a reserve move in tonight, so Shelby Schumann will sit down. Licky into the ball game. Marissa Licky. She a sophomore?
Yes.
Okay.
I think. Check that freshman.
Okay. Now Corbin across the timeline. Elmer, pass deflected, bat out of bounds by Failer. Nice hustle. As the pass down to Melissa Elmer deflects into the bleachers. Brewer to send it in front of the Columbia City bench. Gets it to Corbin. She drives the right baseline. Now spins left. Pass stolen out of there. Now it's a jump ball. As Marissa Leckie ties it up with Kiefer. Northrop's possession. 4:59 for the second quarter. Still 20-12 Northrop. Now Corbin to send it in for the Lady Bruins. She has it all the way up top. Kanapaki, left side back to Corbin. Quickly into Elmer. Spins. Turn around and lane off the glass, scores. The Northrop lead extends to 10. Biggest of the night. Now Roberts will work it across the timeline. She calls the play. Drives left. Now it's Marissa Licky, left side on the arc. Failer in the middle. Freezer line. She drives. Now kicks it out right side on the baseline. Davison with it. Carroll will move it back up top. Almost bombs it. Now left side with it. Pepler on the arc.
There's the double on Failer.
Yeah, they're really doubling her down low. Now it's Roberts left corner on the baseline. Up to Failer. Further up the wing. She loads it up for 3 again. That's long and back iron. Rebound Licky. Another jump ball as she's tied up with Corbin again. Lady will get a break. It's their possession on the jump ball.
Well, the one time Failer got alone, it was at the end of the first quarter, and that was the only bucket she's hit, Andrew.
Well, Only 2 points tonight. Roberts has sent it in, gets it to Pepler left side on the baseline. Rachel looks in the middle, doesn't have anybody yet. Dribbles up top and gets it to Licky. Now right side Roberts. Roberts on the arc. Fakes, looking for Failer in the corner. Now Mallory's got it down there on the right baseline. Looks up top, now Dana Roberts with it. Now it's going to be Davison, fakes, kicks it out to Roberts. Now baseline, nice pass into Failer, turns around. Turnaround jumper, no, she's whistled for traveling.
You know, she's getting doubled. She's getting a workout down on the block.
So Brewer will send it in for Northrop on the turnover. Gets it to Corbin. We just hit the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Kelsey Corbin across the timeline. Trapped up top, and she gets it off safely to Kiefer. Now top to Kanapaki. Now it is stolen? No, stolen back. Now it is Kiefer. Down low, Brewer. Swatted away by Failer on a block. Big block there for Mallory Failer. Brewer was all alone temporarily. Gets it off to Roberts now. Lady Eagles still trail by 10 and a little bit of a drought here. Now right side with it is Failer on the arc. And left side now Pepler on the arc if she wants it. She gets it into Failer. Failer is going to be hassled there by Elmer. Double teamed again out to Pepler, wide open from 19. Scores! First shoot of the quarter. 2 points. She stepped on the line. Columbia City's first bucket in the quarter with 3:10 to go. 22-14. Now Corbin, left side with a Kiefer. Now top Corbin. Pepler and Davison. Double team. Now in the middle. Now it's stolen. And here comes Davison with it as Failer deflected it away. 3 minutes to go now. Check that Roberts up across the timeline. Left side, Marissa Licky with it. Kanapaki guards her. Up top, Licky goes to Roberts. Now Roberts will move it right. Now she'll kick it out to Rachel Pepler. Up top, Davison with it. Now she takes the three. Doesn't take it. Now down low. Pass down to Roberts. She stopped. Rebound out of there to Elmer with the steal. Elmer all the way to the other end. Contact. No shot, but a blocking foul on Columbia City.
Well, fans want to contact the other end. They get it at this end. And Baylor will pick up her first, I believe, and it'll be team foul number 2 on Columbia City. So Baylor, team foul number 3. Check that. Baylor not in any foul trouble. I don't think any Eagle is right now at this point.
You just don't want to see her pick up another 1 or 2 before half, hopefully.
Right.
Okay, it'll be Kelsey Corbin at the free throw line. And she fires, and it's long, wide right.
Out of all the things Corbin would miss, I didn't think it was going to be a free throw.
She's been hot tonight as she's loaded it up from the outside.
She's 4 of 6 right now shooting.
So the score remains 22-14, 2:37 for this second quarter here at Northrop tonight. Corbin fires the second one, and that goes. It's nothing but net, so 23-14. Schumann's back in the Columbia City line. She gives it to Roberts. Across the timeline now, Dana will set it up, call the play. Right side to Failer now with it on the arc. Failer looks in the middle. Schumann's got it. Now kicks it out. Roberts in the corner on the baseline. Has the three she wanted. Doesn't take it. Now she comes all the way back up top. Now left side Rachel Pepler on the left baseline. Rachel looks. She moves it in the middle. Drives the basket. Puts up the shot. Scores. And it counts. And a foul.
Better than intelligent player. He mentioned Failer gotten double teamed on the block. She left the block, went to the other side. Pepler saw the hole. Did a little creation. Just took it to the basket. And kind of very similar when you off-balance the floor on purpose. And the Eagles were overloaded on that right side. Pepler just took it straight to the bucket. Last foul, Andrew, on 21. That's Kiefer, her second.
Pepler to the free throw line, trying to complete a three-point play. She does. 23-17. Here's Corbin for the Bruins. Across the timeline. Now left side with the right side. Check that Kiefer on the arc. She's guarded there by Jennifer Dye, who's checked in for Columbia City. Up top, Corbin with it. Now she moves the left side to Kanapaki. She's double teamed. Now Pepler's all over Corbin. Top the key. Now getting loose. Kiefer down in the baseline. She's fouled on her way to the basket. So we'll probably shoot.
Dye's going to pick that up. Just a recent check-in for the Lady Eagles. Yeah, sure enough, Dye picks up her first. Team foul number 4 on Columbia City, but Kiefer took it to the hole.
Active shooting.
She's going to shoot 2.
So the lead is 6 for Northrop, 23-17. And Kiefer fires, long back iron, no good. So the Northrop lead remains at 6, a minute 57 for the second quarter. Kiefer shoots the second one. That's long also. Bricked and rebound out of there to Schumann. Contact, no call in the backcourt, but gets it off to Pepler across timeline. Wide left. Oh, my. Marissa Licky almost falls out of bounds with it. Now Dye gets it. Nice save by Licky. Now on top of Rachel Pepler. Calls the play. And shoots the right side out of Mallory Failer on the arc. Failer thinks about it. Now gives it to Pepler. Right side on the baseline. And Rachel looks now. It's going to be Dye with it. Now up top, Schumann from the free throw line. That's long back iron. Rebound out there to Elmer. Kelsey Corbin, she's out on the loose, 1-on-2, puts it up, short, rebound out of there, and into the hands of Kiefer. Northrop. We have a Columbia City foul.
Not sure who they're going to call that on. 14, Schumann. Her first, I believe. Maybe her second. Her first. Team foul number 5. Northrop ball underneath their own basket.
Kristen Simpson into the Northrop lineup. She replaces Kiefer. Northrop's ball underneath their own basket. 1:23 for the half here. Now into Elmer. Elmer spins in the lane, puts it up, scores. Good touch. It's nothing but net. 25-17. Pepler across the timeline. And Pepler will move it right. Now she goes left, and that is Dye. And a pass stolen. Brewer with it. Brewer 1-on-2 against Pepler, puts it up, short an air ball, rebound out of there to Corbin. However, she's short. Now Failer has it, now Dye has the rebound. Dye's tied up, jump ball, possession Northrop. And Dana Robertson would be reporting back off for Columbia City here quickly.
A lot of youth on the floor right now for the Lady Eagles. Let's see here, Licky and
Dye.
Licky and Dye on the floor, both freshmen for the Lady Eagles, and they're going to check out.
As Davis and Roberts return, now Minnick will come on.
She might come in for Failer. Yep.
Yeah, she's only got one foul with under a minute to go. I suppose that's Coach Krieger doesn't want to get her another foul. So Corbin has set it in underneath her own basket. Now out top, now wide left is going to be kind of Pocky for three. That's no good. So Corbin the rebound all alone. She misses it, however, but it's out of. Wait a minute, over the back. As it was out of bounds in Columbia City, but the other ref signifies over the back on Northrop.
Who are you going to call it on?
I think Elmer.
23, that is Elmer. Her first.
Big 6'2", Melissa Elmer. Her first foul. So Roberts in the backcourt, pressure by Northrop as Corbin bothers Roberts. Now wide right side with it is Schumann. Schumann, nice pass to Minnick, puts it up off the glass. No, Davison almost had a rebound. Kanapaki yanked it from her. Coach Krieger off the bench on that one. Now here's Elmer down low, puts it up short, rebound Minnick. Minnick in traffic. Now she's tied up. No, a foul. Okay.
That's a funny call because in some games, Andrew, that's a jump ball, you know?
Yeah.
You and I have seen the jump ball being called very tightly this year. But a Minnick will go to the free throw line there, Andrew. And the foul on number 35, Simpson, her first. And puts the Eagles in the bonus field. So Minnick will shoot the bonus field 1-1.
So 25-17 North of 30.5 seconds for the half. Lori Minnick to the free throw line with a 1-1. She puts it up, scores. 25-18 now. There's 30 seconds here for the half. Minnick a chance to cut into the Northrop lead. She does. 25-19. She is 2 of 2. There's Corbin in the backcourt for Northrop. And will we see the little press at the half-court line? Yes, we will. Pepler and Davison. Now left side with it, Kanapaki as Corbin got off there. Now Corbin's got a back double team. Now she's triple team. Now Kanapaki has it. Left baseline. Simpson to Elmer on the baseline. No, rims out of there. Rebound Minnick to Schumann with 12 seconds. Gets it off to Dana Roberts. Roberts races up right side. She's hassled out top. Now gets to Schumann. Now Rachel Pepler loads it up for 1-2, scores from 17.
Great ball movement.
And that's the buzzer. Corbin with a long launching shot that goes into the concourse with 25-21 here at half. Lady Eagles with a little bit of a run there at the end of the half. So they finish with a bang as Rachel Pepler hits the 17-footer from the left side. So 25-21 your halftime score.
Pepler with 11 right now.
All right. Good. Lady Eagles get back in it as they were down 10 here just a few moments ago. So we'll get to the underwriters that are responsible for bringing you this game tonight here on WJHS 91.5 FM. Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with branches in Columbia City, South Whitley, Cherubusco, and Fort Wayne, including the Frontage Road branch in Columbia City. Star Financial Bank at 248-6000. Farm Bureau Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, give Bill Wu or Chuck Sprayer a call at 244-6179 or stop by their Gateway Park location just off of Highway 30 in Columbia City. That's Farm Bureau Insurance at 244-6179. Smith Brothers Standard Service Station on North Main Street just south of Highway 30. Smith Brothers features 24-hour record service. They repair all makes of vehicles. That's Smith Brothers at 244-5904. Thompson Whitley County Motors, located at 300 East and US 30 Columbia City, your full-service General Motors dealer offering new and used car and truck sales, leasing, and financing. Thompson's also offers mechanical and body repair, along with parts and accessories, all since 1919 at Thompson's General Motors. And McGregor Furniture at 301 West Van Buren Street, Columbia City. McGregor Furniture offers a complete line of Royal Furniture, cat napper recliners, and much, much more. McGregor Furniture located at the intersection of Van Buren and Line Street in Columbia City. Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law, providing legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County from their offices in downtown Columbia City. That's Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, and McNagny, attorneys at law. And life can be full of pleasant and unpleasant surprises. That's why an Allstate agent like Mary Jo Relu at 248-2911 can help you protect your home, auto, and life from the unpleasant ones. You're in good hands with Allstate and the Relu agency at 248-2911. So those are your underwriters here for this evening's contest. We are here at Northrop High School here in Fort Wayne, and we are at halftime, 25-21. It is in favor of the Northrop Lady Bruins. And momentarily, I think Tom will have statistics here. And meanwhile, we'll get a couple of programming notes in. Our next broadcast coming up with WJHS will be Friday night when Coach Benedict and the boys head over to take on the New Haven Bulldogs at New Haven. Coach Streeton and the Bulldogs at New Haven Friday night. And Jerry Garrado and I will be on the scene for that one about 7:45 or thereabouts, varsity-only broadcast. And our next Lady Eagle basketball action will come up on Saturday night when the New Haven Lady Bulldogs come calling at Donald S. Weeks Gymnasium in Columbia City. The Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Eagles will get it underway at about 7:45. Join Tom Rensler and myself, Andrew Thompson, for that one. So those are our upcoming broadcasts here on WJHS, and we'll turn it over to Tom for statistics.
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much. We look at the home team, the Northrop Lady Bruins first. Kelsey Corbin, 4 of 8 shooting for Corbin, 8 points. 4 and 4. 4 in the first quarter, 4 in the second. Balanced shooting for Corbin. She's a tough ball player. Pepper's been matched up with her all night. Brewer, 1 of 1 shooting, 2 points for Brewer. Shannon Kiefer, 1 of 1 shooting, 2 points for Kiefer. Melissa Elmer, the big girl down low, doing most of the damage right now for Northrop. 5 of 7 shooting, 10 points for Elmer. Picked up 4 rebounds to go along with her totals in the first half. And Kelly, how do you say that last name? Kanopaki, 0 of 2 shooting, no points for Kanopaki. The Northrop Lady Bruins turned the ball over just 6 times in the first quarter, and I think any coach will take that. And those are the Northrop Lady Bruins statistics. On the other hand, for the Lady Eagles, down 25-21 at the half. And what did them win was a tough start to the second quarter and took them to the 3:34 mark to score and put points in the ball board, and that was the Rachel Pepler 17-foot jump shot. And the 4 minutes before that turned the ball over 6 times in 4 minutes. So second half of the second quarter did not fare well for the Lady Eagles. If we look at the Lady Eagles statistic, Dana Roberts, 1 of 3 shooting, 4 points for Roberts, and field goal and a couple free throws. Kara Davison is 1 of 2 shooting, 2 points for Davison. Lori Minnick, 0 of 1 for the field, but has a couple free throws, 2 points for Minnick. Rachel Pepler, 4 of 5 shooting, 11 points for Pepler, so the senior stepping up once more. Mallory Failer, tough night for her. She's getting doubled down low, 1 of 7 shooting right now for Failer, just a blown bucket, and that came at the end of the first quarter, 0 of 2 from outside the arc. However, Failer doing it in terms of other numbers, a couple steals and 1 big block. She's also picked up 3 rebounds here in the first half of play. Roberts also with 3 rebounds, Schumann with 3 rebounds, and Minnick with 3 rebounds for the Lady Eagles. So threes are wild here, Andrew. And the Lady Eagles turned the ball over 12 times in the first half. Not a bad number, but not a good number. And, we saw the stretch run where they didn't turn the ball over probably 6 minutes at a time, but when you turn the ball over 6 times in 4 minutes, that tends to do you in, and the Eagles found themselves in a hole midway
10.
through that second quarter. Yeah, down 10. They get it down to 4 here as we're at half.
Yeah, that's critical to get back in it. So only down 4 here at half. Things looking a little better.
Yeah,
in the second half.
It could be more, too, if it wasn't for big buckets. You look at Faylor at the end of the second quarter. You look at Pepler's at the end of I should say Faylor at the end of the first quarter, and Pepler at the end of the second quarter. There's 4 points right there. We could be down by 8 if they don't hit those buckets.
Yeah, Rachel getting quite a bit of production outside for herself tonight. She did drive the lane a couple of times and create a little bit and make a couple layups, but she's got it done outside for the most part, and her 11 points very big at this point.
Now, Pepler becoming a complete player in her senior year. She's really starting to step up and take charge, and we kind of questioned, Andrew, for a long time who was going to be the kid to step up, and we've seen Roberts and Pepler and, kids step up every other night, but it's Pepler on a consistent basis for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, they'll need her down the stretches. We've only got 3 games left after the night. Obviously, this is still a big one, and very critical game here with this half to go, but down the stretch and heading into sectional play in a couple of weeks, we'll need Rachel to step up big time, and we'll have to wait and see on that. But we are at halftime once again, 25-21 here at Northrop tonight. Glad you're with us. Tom Rensler and Andrew Thompson here on the scene. We'll see if we usually get Marcia McNagny for an interview, but I have not seen her appear out of the locker room on the other side of the gymnasium, so looks as though we may not have Marcia here tonight, so we'll just have to ad-lib and whatnot. So while we look down the line here, we've got some statistics on the overall season for the Lady Eagles, and some interesting numbers as we look at those. These are season totals now, and let's see, free throws. I think that's free throw. Yeah, 65% on the year for the Lady Eagles from the free throw line. That was a bugaboo early on, as they really struggled early in the season with free throws. Now we're seeing Lady Eagles team be a little more consistent from the line, and I think obviously that has to come around.
I think at one time we were shooting actually just below 60%, around 58% from the free throw line. So as I said, that comes up dramatically. And I know we said something about Pepler in the first half. At one point in the season, Andrew, she was only like 63% from the free throw stripe, and now she's up to almost 80.
Yeah, that's just great. She's perfect from the line here tonight, I think. So the 3-minute buzzer just went here, and we'll be expecting both teams to report back to the playing surface here a little bit. So
somebody wanted to know the IU pre-score.
Well, I had another update from Angie a minute ago, and it was 31-25 or something, Indiana, I think. But at any rate, somebody has a radio around here, so. Former Coach Riley up there in the bleachers of Northrop, I think, or they're announcing here on the PA. And Lady Eagles report back to the floor. A nice throng of Lady Eagle fans have made the trip here to Northrop tonight. We'll have a nice round of Roberts has the 3 if she wants it, but she goes into Faylor, air pass, but saved on the other side of the basket by Pepler. Up top to Davison, now to Roberts, will reset. And Dana goes right side to Schumann now. Interior pass to Faylor is knocked out of bounds by Brewer of Northrop. They go for Faylor again. She's getting double teamed, Tom.
Yeah, not only double team, but almost sandwiched. Three big players for Northrop down low, and anytime you add height, you add a defender, basically.
So Roberts descended in. We'll try it again. Now right side with it is Faylor on the baseline. Mallory cross court to Davison. Now left corner with it, Roberts. Up top, Davison. She drives into the lane, kicks it out to Rachel Pepler, fakes the 2, drives to the basket, around Elmer, puts it up, contact. Shot doesn't go, but we have a Northrop foul.
Pepler just an intelligent player, taking the high percentage shot, going up against the big kid. Elmer's going to pick up her second, and Pepler's going to shoot free throws consequently.
Yes, nice drive by Rachel. So with just 29 seconds gone here in this third quarter, Rachel Pepler a chance to cut into the Northrop lead, which is 4. Now 3, as Rachel converts on the free throw.
Has it become about 34 degrees in the gymnasium for some
cool in here. They open the doors. Boy, you are right. It is a little chilly in here now. Pepler fires, scores again. It's a 25-23. Brewer sends it into Corbin. Corbin races it up for Northrop across the timeline. Now right side with it is Kiefer on the arc. She gets it into Elmer. Elmer drives in the middle, kicks it out to Kiefer. Right baseline, long 2 on the way, short. Rebound to Dana Roberts. 3-on-1 Columbia City. Now they're going to flow it up. Now Davison left side pulls up, shoots, and an air ball, but there's a foul. on Northrop as Davison shot on the left wing.
Well, Roberts is looking for her 5th assist, but she's not going to get it unless Davison can hit these 2 free throws. And the foul there, Andrew, on 12. Corbin, her 2nd.
So, Lady Eagles will have a chance to tie it. It will be Kara Davison to the line for 2 shots. Just 45 seconds going here in the third. Davison shoots, scores. Nothing but net, 25-24 now.
Picked up her 3rd point right there.
Lady Eagles clawing back from what was a 10-point deficit. Davison has a chance to tie it. She does. The 25 apiece. We're all square. Here's Corbin in the backcourt for Northrop. And she'll walk it up slowly. Calling for help. Now she gets it across the timeline. Goes wide left. And that's Kiefer with it. Way out top. Kiefer. Pounded there by Schumann. Cross court with it to Longardner. Stolen. Dana Roberts out 2-on-1 with Davison. Roberts takes it to the hole. Short. Rebound far full off of Davison. Northrop ball. The Lady Eagles trap causing some problems there when they hit half court, Tom.
Yeah. Good defense. Another turnover for Northrop. Just their 7th there.
All right, now here we go. Corbin back up for Northrop. We'll walk it slowly across the timeline. He's trapped up top, gets to Elmer. Elmer spins at the free throw line, puts it up back for the long back iron. Rebound down into Longardner, puts it up on the baseline, scores. Longardner, a little 5-footer there. So Northrop back in the lead by 2. Roberts across the timeline. She'll set it up top of the key. Uses a Pepler screen. Now wide right with it is Failer on the arc. Failer looks. Now right corner with it. Dana Roberts fakes the 3. Still has it. Fakes again. Interior pass to Schumann. Knocked away, but Davison saves it. Kicks it out to Pepler. She fakes the long 2. And now sends it to Failer. It's free throw line. She launches it from 15. Scores.
There we go.
That's the net.
Probably the most open she's been open all night, and 15 feet away from the basket.
So 27 apiece. Here comes Corbin for Northrop. Across the timeline. She's trapped up top. Gives it off to Longardner. Wide right. Now Brewer down low on the baseline. Kicks it to Elmer. Elmer wide open left side. Scores. Basket counts and a foul.
Anytime you play the trap, Andrew, you take a chance.
Yep.
And paid off there for Northrop. Didn't pay off for Columbia City. They left 2 girls all alone for Northrop. And 23 there, Elmer was standing all by herself underneath the basket, hit the shot, got fouled on the same 0.5 seconds, I guess it took. Jeez.
Oh, boy.
Things happened pretty quick there, and Elmer led to the free throw line. That last foul, Andrew, on 24 for the Lady Eagles. That's Davison, her 2nd.
And Elmer converts the 3-point play. She makes the free throw, 30-27 now. Schumann sends it to Robert. We're under 6 minutes for the third quarter. Roberts across the timeline, calls the play. Now she moves top of the key, drives right, uses a Failer screen, picks up a dribble out top to Davison. Davison wide open. The long 2 is off. Rebound, Schumann under there. Traveling, oh boy. Traveling on Schumann as she was double teamed and looked like a jump ball. Coach Krieger on the floor, not happy. Here comes Corbin across the timeline. Left side with it to Kiefer, almost stolen. Double teamed by Davison and Schumann now. Kiefer gets it off to Elmer. Elmer spins into the lane from 15, fires long back iron, rebound Roberts. Contact the backcourt, no call. Here comes Roberts, races it up across the timeline. Down low for Failer. Baseball pass, puts over the glass, scores, and it counts for the foul. Nice pass by Robertson there to Failer, Tom. She threaded a needle.
Boy, some of the stuff we've seen over the past 6 quarters, and that goes all the way back to DeKalb, is just phenomenal.
Yes, nice pass, and Failer corrals it. She was basically under the basket, fell back, put it up, scored.
Roberts with 5 assists, 3 steals, Andrew.
So it's 30-29. Now Mallory Failer will try to match the 3-point play that Northrop got. She does just that. 30-30. Here comes Corbin. Races it up for Northrop. Got a keeper. Long left side pass off the backboard. Elmer tries to save it. She does. Way out at midcourt. Now cross court to Kiefer. That's almost into the bleachers. Almost over the back. Now it's loose on the floor. Pepler and Davison tie for it.
Go back to Northrop
with Corbin. And Northrop's possession. So a wild flurry there. So Coach Krieger's very excited right now.
Well, he had kids on the floor getting after the ball, and you like to see that.
So 5-12 now for the third quarter. Timeout for Coach Gender in Northrop as he wants to settle things down. What will we get here? We'll have to wait on a signal.
Well, you see why Northrop's a 500 ball club, Andrew.
Up and down.
Playing up and down. And
I think this was a full, Tom.
All right, Andrew, tonight's game underwritten by Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with branches in Columbia City, South Valley, Churubusco, and Fort Wayne. That includes the Frontage Road branch in Columbia City. A Star Financial Bank at 248-6000. Also, life can be full of pleasant and unpleasant surprises. That's why an Allstate agent like Mary Jo Relu at 248-2911 can help you protect your home, auto, and life from the unpleasant ones. You're in good hands with Allstate and the Relu Agency at 248-2911. 30-30 our score, Andrew. 5:12 left to go. The Eagles have knotted this one up, down by 10 midway through the second, and pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, it's very exciting here. It's up and down basketball here. And you're missing a good one if you're not here, but if you're with us, we'll try to fill you in. Northrop's ball after the timeout. It'll be Brewer to send it in for the Bruins. And she gets it to Kelsey Corbin easily. 5:10 for the third quarter. Corbin will move it up, left side, top of the key. Now she spins right on Pepler. Now looks for, out top. Now it's deflected out of bounds by Schumann as the pass went errant to Longardner in the corner. So good defense.
Pretty active defense.
So it'll be Northrop's ball. Brewer to send it in. Down by the Northrop bench in the corner. She doesn't have help yet. Now gets in the keeper. Almost stolen. Now it is stolen. Schumann comes up with it. Schumann bothered in the backcourt. Gets it off to Feder. Clears traffic to Roberts. Roberts crossed the timeline. We're under 5 minutes. Wide right and out of bounds as Pepler lost the handle. Hot pass there from Roberts. Turnover, Tom.
Anytime you pick up the pace, you risk hurting yourself at the same time. And there it is.
A little excited there.
Yep.
Bill Corbin back on the Columbia City turnover across the timeline. She'll move it left side, and that's Kiefer with it now. Up top now, Longardner. Longardner wide right, now Corbin in the corner. Cross court to Kiefer. She's going to fake the three, gets it into Brewer in the paint. Brewer spins, double team, pass deflected into the hands of Longardner. She kicks it out to Elmer. Now wide right, well, it's going to be Corbin. Corbin on the arc. Pepler guards her. Now she goes cross court to Kiefer. Loads it up for three from the left side. Scores!
Deep three.
33-30 Northrop. Coach Creer calls for him to move it up the floor quickly, and Roberts runs it up across the timeline. Uses a Pepler screen, now goes wide right with it, and that's Davison now to Roberts. Roberts looks into Failer, errant pass stolen, and it's into the hands of Corbin now across the timeline for the Lady Eagles. Now I left Elmer on the baseline, left alone, she rims it out. Schumann to rebound, loses it out of bounds, however. And it'll be Jennifer Dye checking in for Dana Roberts.
Number 32, Jennifer Dye.
So 3:55 to go in the third quarter, 33-30 Northrop. Schumann, another nice rebound, but fell out of bounds with it, Tom.
Yeah. Good position.
Corbin sends it in to Kiefer. Now up top, Longardner. Now Elmer kicks it in, and that's stolen almost, but Corbin comes up with it. Cross court, she goes to Kiefer. Kiefer fakes the three, tries the right baseline. Underneath, gets it out to Corbin. Eagle bench was 3 seconds, they don't get it. Cross court to Longardner. From 16, that's an air ball. Rebound out there to Jennifer Dye. Dye with it, gives it off to Schumann, who will give it to Rachel Pepler. 3.5 for the third. Now it's Pepler across the timeline. She'll call the play. Pepler will move it right side, use a Failer screen. Now she looks for Failer, doesn't have her. Now Jennifer Dye loads it up for three on the right side. That's long. Rebound out there to Longardner. Longardner gives it off to Corbin. And Coach Krieger wants walking. He's not going to get that. Corbin across the timeline. Double team. Gets it into Elmer. Elmer's wide open in the lane. Puts it up over Failer. Rims it in. Scores. Elmer continues to get it done inside. Pepler all the way up long past the Failer. Batted out of bounds by Brewer. So a break there, Tom. That's a really running rough shot here.
Well, you know, the only thing that's hurting the Lady Eagles is Northrop's doing a nice job of getting back on G themselves.
Okay. So Schumann has sent it in underneath the Columbia City basket. 3:02 now, third quarter. Schumann gets it in to Pepler. Right side on the arc. Cross court. Now up top it's going to be Davison. Wide left, Schumann fakes. Spins into the middle. Now kicks it out Jennifer Dye right side. Now pass into Failer. Failer backs in. Turnaround jumper. Good.
Wow.
On the baseline.
She backed away, too. Went away from the basket.
Fade away. 35-32 on the Failer bucket. And here comes Corbin for the Bruins across the timeline. And Pepler will bother her up top. Now left side Kiefer with it on the arc up top. Longardner. Longardner goes left side Kiefer now. Spinning into Brewer. Wide open underneath. Scores on the layup. So 37-32. Pepler races it up for Columbia City. Slows it down when she crosses the timeline. Calls the play. Now she goes left side, uses a Schumann screen. Spins into the lane. Kicks it out left side on the baseline. Davison. Now Schumann up top. Schumann goes right side to Dye. Contact and a Northrop foul apparently underneath. Loose ball foul.
I think they're going to assess it. The Failer begging for position down low, getting shoved around all night, and finally she's going to get the benefit of the doubt down there. And Brewer is going to pick up her second foul of the contest, third foul of the half. Fourth foul. Check that for Northrop.
Roberts comes back in for Kara Davison. So 37-32 is the Northrop lead. Columbia City's ball underneath their own basket on the common foul. Pepler, left baseline, loads it up, scores! From about 16. 37-34 now. Here comes Corbin. Walks it slowly up across the timeline for Northrop. She's across the timeline, double team, gets it up Kiefer, straight up 2 minutes. Now Brewer down low, gets the pass. It's short, Elmer over the back, puts it up, no. Rebound Elmer again, scores. Now here comes Roberts, 39-34. Roberts across the timeline. Still stop right side, pull it up to Pepler, top of the key. Rachel calls the play. And she goes left side to Failer on the arc. Mallory, now will dribble right, now Roberts top of the key. Dana looks now wide left on the baseline, is going to be Pepler with it. Rachel fakes the three, doesn't take it, moves into lane, running shot is blocked, gets her a rebound, puts it up short, rebound Pepler, puts it up, foul, as the Northrop double team results in contact, Tom. And
Pepler's intelligent earner the free throws here, Andrew. Just took it to the hole again, and they have to respect it because she can nail the outside jumper at the same time. Foul there, Andrew, on 11. It's Longardner, her second. My stats have her for 3, but...
So Rachel Pepler to the free throw line for Columbia City. Fires and short. So the lead remains 39-34 for Northrop. 1:27 for this third quarter. Pepler will have another charity toss. And she rims it in and out, no good. Rebound out of the Brewer. Rear misses for Pepler at the free throw line. Corbin across the timeline. Now Wild running pass to Elmer on the baseline. Short rebound. Corbin blocked by Roberts from behind. Now we're loose on the floor as Dye is tied up with Corbin. Possession Columbia City.
Don't know if I've ever seen a block like that and not get called a foul. They're going to give Dana Roberts the block.
Lori Minnick reports up. Looks as though Pepler will sit down to get a rest. And Kara Davison will report back on. Jennifer Dye is, well, she's still in the game. We have, and Schumer will sit down. We have Dye, Davison, Taylor, Roberts, and Minnick for the final, what appears to be 116.
Every time someone wants to check in, Dye's halfway to the bench.
I think it's for her. A freshman. Now Roberts moves the left side, loads it up too. She's left open. It's long. Rebound out of there to Northrop. And Kiefer gets to the Corbin all the way up. Longardner loose on the breakaway. Heavy contact. Baylor and Roberts converge on that. Columbia City foul. So 1:01 on the clock. Columbia City kind of struggling a bit from the field here the last couple of trips.
Yeah, had it going there midway through the third.
Mallory Failer picks up her second, I guess, Tom.
Yep.
Only the team's second.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yep. Foul's not a problem tonight. Longardner to the free throw line. In and out, no good.
Good foul then.
So 39-34, we've been stuck on that for a while. With 1:01 here in the third. Rachel Pepler looks to go back in. Longardner misses. Rebound up off the top. No, Elmer gets it, puts it up, scores. It hit the top of the backboard. They didn't call that. The 41-34. Now Roberts in the backcourt. Roberts across the timeline. Lady Eagles down by 7. Wide left side Minnick with it. Now left corner Dye. Dye on the left baseline. Goes all the way out. Now it's going to be stolen. Telegraph the pass to Roberts now. Kelsey Corbin wide open breakaway layup scores. So Roberts sends it in to Davison. Davison hounded it to half court line. Gets it back to Roberts across the timeline now. 30 seconds. Now Dye. Right side spins. Travels. And Coach Crater still hot about the free throw hitting the top of the backboard.
You might have a point, Andrew. You saw it hit the pad as well as I did. That's out of bounds.
So the lead is 9 for Northrop as things are kind of slowing down a bit for the Lady Eagles here. Corbin across the timeline with 25 seconds. Trapped up top. Down low. Brewer is left wide open. Puts it up. Scores. So 45-34. 11-point lead for Northrop. We were tied just a few minutes ago. Now Pepler left side on the arc, spins into the lane, drives, wild shot, no. Rebound Rachel Pepler, blocked. Elmer has it. Elmer comes out with it. Now 3-on-1 Northrop. Kiefer to Brewer, wide open up on the glass, no. Rebound Longardner, scores. At the buzzer, and I think it counts. It does count. So 47-34 at the end of the third quarter. That run to finish the third quarter for Northrop, had to be about a 9-0 run?
Yeah, well, they go in spurts. That's why we said, they're 7-7. They proved why they get the 7 wins that last 3 minutes and 30 seconds where they pick up 13 points.
Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with branches in Columbia City, Southfield, Cherubusco, and Fort Wayne, including the Fraser Road branch in Columbia City. Star Financial Bank, 248-6000. Farm Bureau Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, give Bill Lou or Chuck Springer a call, 244-6179, or stop by the Gateway Park location just off of Highway 30 in Columbia City. That's Farm Bureau Insurance at 244-6179. Smith Brothers, standard service station on North Main Street, just south of Highway 30. Smith Brothers features 24-hour record service and they repair all makes of vehicles. That's Smith Brothers at 244-5904. I'm not so sure that, wasn't this tied at 34?
Tied at 34.
So it's 11-0 run by Northrop in the third quarter. 13-0, my error. So Northrop, possession to begin the fourth quarter here. The Lady Eagles now down 13. We're tied earlier. Now it's Corbin. Moves it in the backcourt across the timeline. Pepper bothers her up top. Now left side Kiefer with it on the arc. Kiefer, Elmer in the middle with it. Elmer needs help. Gets it to Longardner, top of the key. Longardner goes right. Now spins it left. Kiefer left open for 3. Fires, scores.
He was way out there.
So it's 16 now. 50-34. Now Roberts. And saved down there. That's Dye, I think, down to the baseline. Blocked. And here comes Corbin with it. Out 3-on-2 for Northrop. Pass to Kiefer, puts it up, scores on the layup. 52-34. The wheels have just fallen off here. So Roberts up across the timeline. The Northrop lead now at 18. Now right side moves Roberts. Now up top Pepler with it into Failer. Failer spins, puts it on the glass short. Rebound Brewer. Northrop out. Here comes Corbin across the timeline. And she's going to move it now left side to Kiefer. She fakes the 3, spins into the lane, drives, puts it up. Off the back iron, no. Rebound Schumann. Finally, Northrop missed. Gets out to Roberts. We're going to run a little bit. Roberts runs the right side. Nice pass left side. And traveling violation on, I think that's Marissa Licky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, traveling on her. So it looks as though who's 50?
50's Hoppy.
Okay, Stephanie Hoppy on now. Kind of get a little bit of everybody here. Taylor will sit down. Now Davison will come back on. 2-3 zone for the Eagles. They trail it by 18 here. We were tied at 34. It's 52-34 now. Now Corbin moves it left side to Kiefer. Out on the arc, now Longardner. Wide right now. Now it's spun into Elmer. Puts it up short. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound fought for. It's off of Northrop. Columbia City ball. Davison back and Marissa Licky will sit down. So with 6:33 here to go in the fourth, it's 52-34 Northrop. Pepler sends it into Roberts. 6.5 now for the fourth. Roberts moves it left side to Davison. Davison fakes, doesn't take it now. Pepler top of the key with it. Rachel moves it right side to Roberts. Roberts into Hoppy. Hoppy spins, puts over the glass, scores. Basket counts and a foul. So something finally goes right for the Eagles.
Well, they had a drought that lasted 3 minutes and, 4 minutes now. As Hoppy was to the free throw line to finish what we hope to be a three-point play, that last foul. Trying to see, is that on 54 here? No, that's on 20.
Brewer, I think.
Brewer, and that'd be her fourth.
So Stephanie Hoppy to the free throw line. She broke the 18-0 run by Northrop, and she makes the three-point play, so 52-37. Brewer sends it into Corbin, and Corbin will walk it up slowly. Looks like Northrop may milk a little clock. And she's trapped at half court, but gets it off to Longardner. Now Elmer down low on the right baseline against Hoppy. And Elmer needs help, gets into Kiefer. Pass stolen. Roberts out 1-on-2 across the timeline. Now Roberts holds it up left side. And she wisely waits for traffic to clear. Gives it up to Davison. Right side, Pepler loads it up. Long 2 on the way. Scores! The Lady Eagles with a bit of a run. Now 52-39.
Pepler with 17.
Big night for Rachel. So here comes this trap at half court as Corbin goes left side with it to Kiefer. Kiefer, cross court to Longardner, almost stolen. Longardner travels. So, Lady Eagles with a chance to continue this little run here, Tom.
Well, they're going to need a lot more than what they've got. Down by 13. 5:36 left to go.
5-0 run, though, at least.
Yeah, hey, that's positive.
After 18-0 Northrop run. Now Roberts across the timeline, left side. Davison left open, doesn't take it. Now Pepler up top. She puts it up from 17. That's long back arm. And a pass will sail almost in the Columbia City bench, but it's saved by Corbin. Now she races up across the timeline. Corbin goes right, left, and Longardner left alone. Layup, no good. Rebound, Longardner blocked. And out of bounds to Northrop. That gets the Northrop fans up over there as they wanted a foul. 5:14. Now what are we calling? Or what do we have here? The referee heads to the other end for whatever reason. Oh, the net.
I don't know if he sees a friend down there in the through the doors, or
the net's kind of tangled, so
kind of randomly ran down there.
Timeout Columbia City. So Coach Krieger with 5:14 going to try to get his squad back in. Here they trail by 13.
Well, down by 18. Eagles trying to get back in it. Tonight's game underwritten by Thompson's Whitley County Motors, located at 300 East and US 30 in Columbia City. They're your full-service General Motors dealer offering new and used car and truck sales, leasing, and financing. Thompson's also offers mechanical and body repair, along with parts and accessories, all since 1919. That's Thompson's General Motors. We'll stop right there for the time being. 52-39 our score. Lady Eagles down by 13. Had it knotted up here a while back. The wheel fell off momentarily, and it only took...
Not too long.
Yeah, it took Northrop 3:14 to put 13 points on the board, and that was that for the end of the third quarter.
And an 18-0 run overall.
Yeah.
So, boy, that was quick, and Northrop just did everything right there for that little stretch. So it'll be Northrop's ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. 5:14 for this fourth quarter. The Northrop lead is 13. Now sent in the corner to Kanapaki. Now all the way out top. Elmer, free throw line, scores. Boy, Elmer does not miss. So the lead is 15. Now Roberts cross timeline to Schumann. Right side. Schumann tries the right baseline against Kanapaki. She backs in, puts it up, scores. Basket counts. No. Did they call her for traveling? That was screened by the coach. Apparently, we're going the other way, Tom. Okay, I was blocked out by the coach. So anyway, turnover. Now it's going to be stolen back. No. Heavy contact. What are we going to call down here? Pushing foul on somebody.
Well, they can't call it on Schumann. She got drug out of bounds. Chasing down the ball. I don't know if you saw it. I saw it from my angle.
Coach Ginder was in my way, so I really didn't see anything except some Schumann flying.
Yeah, they're going to give it on
Northrop.
See what? I think he might have been the only official to really have the angle on it. Schumann was going out of bounds, and Elmer actually grabbed her wrist and held her back and then shoved her at the last second. See, and Shelby just grabbed her arm out there.
Yeah.
Shelby said, she grabbed my arm. I don't know if they're going to give it an intentional foul. Is that what she's asking, or who's the foul? Who's shooting the foul?
Who's shooting? Because also, I think Roberts was down there involved with that also. So apparently the foul goes against Corbin, I think.
Yeah, that's who they're going to assess it to. Corbin picked up her third.
So 1-1 now for Shelby Schumann. We have hit the bonus. With 4:54 to go, Schumann tries to cut into the 15-point Northrop lead. She scores. So 54-40 now.
Schumann's first point of the night.
Boy. And she's been doing well in recent games. Schumann fires the free throw. That's good. So 54-41. So full court pressure now by Columbia City. Now Corbin sends it in, and go check that it is Corbin as she receives the pass. Keeper behind the back dribble across the timeline. 3-on-1. Elmer, left side of the baseline, scores. Boy, showtime there. Pepler across the timeline. Moves it left side to Roberts. Now on the arc, 4.5 to go. Uses a Davison screen. Now Roberts pass stolen by Corbin. She saves it into the air, and Hoppy tries to get it, and heavy contact, and
Elmer's going to pick it up.
She got an elbow in there on Hoppy, it appears. So 56-41.
Now, good news, bad news. We're still in it, and we're scoring with points off the clock. Hopefully, if Hoppy can hit these free throws. The bad news is we seem that we can't stop Northrop right now, Andrew.
Kind of trading buckets, and then you put they're breaking the press pretty frequently here these last couple trips. As Hoppy scores the free throw. McCorbin with an all-world move was double-teamed out there, goes behind the back and spun away from the trap.
I don't know if you saw it, but Roberts kept pointing on the out-of-bounds line over there.
And that one rattles in as Hoppy goes. Scores, so it's 56-43 now, 4.5 straight up. The long baseball pass, 2-on-1 underneath, Kanapaki. She's bumped by Hoppy. So we're going to have a pushing foul on Hoppy.
Well, no damage, just a third personal for the Lady Eagles. Hoppy will pick up her first foul of the contest and ball underneath their own basket, and Northrop will have it.
So the Lady Eagle deficit is still 13. We'll have to get some stops there if we're going to get back in it. Corbin to send it in. Now keeper left all alone for three, right side, scores. Nothing but net. That's kind of a dagger in the heart there. Roberts.
She got three of them this half.
Oh my. Left side with it. Davison on the baseline. Fakes. Drives in the middle. Kicks out. Rachel Pepler. Top of the key now. Rachel decides to drive the right side. Puts over the glass. Scores. Nice runner by Rachel Pepler. 59-45. We're straight up 4 minutes for the fourth quarter. Corbin walks this slowly up in the backcourt for Northrop. And she's going to be trapped up top. Now she gets it off Kanapaki. She's double-teamed. Davison bothers her. Kanapaki gets it in Elmer. Now kicks it back out to Kanapaki. Wide right. Now gives it up, and Corbin up top. Still works the top. He's going to be double-teamed. Now gives it off to Kiefer, left side, who's hit all the threes. Down low, Baumgartner. Contact stolen by Schumann. And that pass is saved by Roberts to Hoppy. Puts it on the glass. Scores. I thought she traveled, but she got away with it. 59-47. So Elmer in the backcourt. Bit of a break for the Lady Eagles there, Tom.
Hoppy with her 7th point.
As Corbin moves across timeline, left side keeper with it. 59-47. Contact and a blocking foul on Columbia City.
Well, just another common foul. Northrop will have it out of bounds just to our left here. Foul on 24 for the Lady Eagles. Davidson, she picks up her third at just the 4th foul of the half for Columbia City.
Okay, substitutions on for Northrop. Farrell and Brewer return. Brewer has 4 fouls. Brewer to send it in front of the Northrop bench of 3:16. The Lady Eagles down by 12. He gets into Corbin, left side on the arc. Corbin spins, tries the left baseline, gets around Pepler, pitches it off to Elmer, scores, and the jumper in the lane. Schumann almost falls inbounds with it, but gets it out to Pepler. Now throw heading up on the 3-minute mark. Roberts, right side. We are at 3 minutes. Drives the right side, kicks it off to Schumann. Now up top, Davison. Davison, left side, Pepler. Loads it up for 17. That's long back iron. Rebound fought for there, Schumann. Stephanie Hoppy. Now Davison comes up with it. Dribbles. Foul on Northrop.
Well, official straight in front of us. Do anything in his power to help us out a little bit there.
I don't know where he came up with that, but foul.
Davison will head to the free throw line. Lady Eagles in the bonus. Last foul. Number 24, and that's Kanapaki. That's how you say it. Davison will have the bonus.
So Kara Davison to the free throw line. 1-on-1. Fires. Rims in and out. No. Rebound out of there to Elmer. Gets it to Corbin. Corbin in the backcourt. And Davison will bother her in the backcourt. 2:40 for the game. 61-47. Corbin across the timeline. Pepler and Davison bother her. Now left side with a Kiefer. Gets it down low to Brewer. Almost stolen. Now Hoppy knocks it away. Now coming out with it is Davison. She's almost knocked out of bounds. Saves it, however, to Stephanie Hoppy. Hoppy gets clubbed, but gets it out to Roberts. Now Roberts will run the right side. Goes all the way to the hoop. Puts it over the glass. Scores! Dana Roberts, timeout Columbia City. So 61-49. Lady Eagles trying to hang in it, Tom.
Well, if they wouldn't have went 3-14 without Bucket and whole kit and caboodle, and if Northrop wouldn't have put if it's and but for candies and nuts, but I know the Eagles still hanging around, Andrew, down by 12. Tonight's game underwriting is done by McGregor Furniture at 301 West Van Buren Street, Columbia City. McGregor Furniture over the complete line of Royal Furniture, Skynet recliners, and much, much more. That's McGregor Furniture located at the intersection of Van Buren and 9th Street in Columbia City. It's always interesting, the games we broadcast here, Andrew. If people try to picture us at home, they probably wouldn't believe it because it's a mess in front of us. We got
a lot of papers there.
How many papers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 5 over there. And we're
good vantage point, we might add.
Yeah.
Right here, just to the left of the Lady Eagle bench, and we're right just about half court. So right on the front row.
I wish our listeners could have seen us up last year at Leo when you dumped the bucket of water all over
the bottled water in the power pack.
Holy cow! I thought
for sure the highlight reel, the bloopers.
I thought we were going to the hospital that night.
Northrop send it in. Columbia City full court pressure now. Well, we're gonna pick it up now. Corbin, she's chased by Pepler and Roberts. Now Corbin breaks the press. Brewer down low, puts it up. No on the layup. Rebound out there to Corbin, however. As Minnick got heavy contact with no call. Now Corbin drives the right side, kicks it off to Brewer. She'll try the layup, scores, basket counts, and a foul. As Minnick was down there.
Well, they're really taking it down low. We look at Elmer this half, Andrew. She's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 this half. Taylor spent a lot of time on the bench after having a pretty successful third quarter. And Minnick and Hoppy down there left to fight.
Yeah, they were getting it. They got Elmer, but they didn't get Brewer that time. She will go to the free throw line. Oh, a rainbow shot goes. Boy, that's one of the highest free throws I've ever seen shot.
Oh, they hit the lights out at Columbia.
Yes, it would. 64-49 in favor of Northrop. Now Roberts tries the right side. 2 minutes to go. Pepler for three. Scores! Timeout Columbia City as Rachel Pepler keeps them momentarily in it. To 64-52 now. With 1:57 to go.
Pepler with what may be a career high, 22 points right now.
So a full timeout apparently for Columbia City.
Tonight's game underwritten by Myers Tyson, Hockemeyer McNagny, attorneys at law, providing legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County from their offices in downtown Columbia City. That's Myers Tyson, Hockemeyer McNagny, attorneys at law. Life can be full of pleasant and unpleasant surprises. That's why an Allstate agent like Mary Jo Relu at 248-2911 can help you protect your home, auto, and life from the unpleasant ones. You're in good hands with Allstate and the Relu agency at 248-2911. 64-52, our score. Minute 57 left to go in this one.
It's going to take a little bit of a miracle, but anyway, Kiefer tries to send it in. She gets a little wide open Farrell. Farrell will move it up and give it to Corbin. Still in the backcourt. Kepler will pick her up at half court, and Corbin's not across the timeline. Now she is. She all triple team. Now gives it off Kiefer wide right. Elmer down on the low baseline. Turns, fires, no. Rebound out of there to Minnick. Oh, she gives it, no. Now she steals it back. Oh, Brewer steals it. She stepped on the line. So we got a break there. Shelby Schumann looks to report on.
Coming in for Columbia City, number 14, Shelby Schumann.
And Minnick will sit down. 1:39 now, Columbia City. Got to stop. Now they need to light it up. Roberts to Pepler. Back to Roberts. 1:37 now and running. Roberts moves the right side. Now Schumann on the right side. Tries the right baseline. Kicks it out to Roberts. Fakes the three. Drives into the... Oh, my. She hit Hoppy in the head with the pass. Pass intercepted as Farrell has it. And gives it back to Corbin. So that pretty much will probably seal the deal here. Corbin almost stolen. Now it is... No, it's not stolen. Corbin's on a 4-jump ball.
Should be a backcourt violation. Nobody had possession.
Possession to Columbia City. So anyway...
Of course, I seem to be the only one who said anything, but...
Okay, is this Dye back, or no, it's Licky.
Yeah.
Marissa Licky into the Columbia City layup. As a reserve move up tonight. Schumann looks to send it in. 1:17 to go. She gets to Pepler. We're down 12. Pepler across the timeline. Fakes the three. Drives in the middle, right side. Davison loads it up for three. She's short. And rebound down there, far forward. Hoppy puts it up. She's short. Hoppy puts it up. No, again. Elmer now in the hands of Marissa Licky. Heavy contact and a Northrop foul. And we'll shoot double bonus, or no?
Well, the freshman's
we will.
Freshman's working hard this game. Licky, we're on a trip to shoot two here, Andrew. The last foul.
Farrell.
30, Farrell.
Yes, that's line 22.
No relation to Roger. No.
Roger. Okay, it's Marissa Licky to the free throw line. Columbia City's down 12, however, with 1:02 as the late third quarter run by Northrop pretty much did us in. And Marissa Licky makes the free throw to 64-53. And Marissa will have another one here. She fires, scores again, so we're down 10, 64-54. To Kiefer in the backcourt. Pressure by the Eagles. Kiefer gets across the timeline now. Goes left side. Now she tries to pull it back out. Davison's guarding her heavily. She gets it into Elmer. Elmer, top of the key, right, left Kiefer. Now cross court. It's going to be Farrell. Loads it up on the right baseline. That's long, no good. Rebound fought for. What do we have here? Elmer? Northrop foul. As Elmer has a stunned look on her face.
As a coach, I'd hate to see a girl who's taken 2 shots the whole game shoot a baseline jumper up by 10 with 50-some seconds on the clock. She did just that. Kind of bailed the Eagles out a little bit. Hoppy went to the free throw line. That foul, Andrew, interesting enough, it's on number 23, Elmer. It's her 4th. Too bad we couldn't get that a little bit sooner in this one.
Yeah, she's done some considerable damage tonight. So Hoppy to the free throw line, scores the free throw. Stephanie Hoppy. So we're down 9, 64-55 with 46.8 seconds. So Stephanie will have another one. And she fires, and it's long, in and out, no good. Rebound Davison. Davison puts it up. No good. Rebound Brewer. Brewer gets it out to Longardner. Longardner to Corbin double team in the backcourt, gets it across the timeline. 35 seconds. Pepler almost steals it, but now he gets it off keeper. Up top with it, Farrell. Now wide right, Brewer. And now up top, Corbin with it. Pepler on her, 26 seconds. You might as well foul, but Corbin's going to run the left side with it. Going to be chased now, left baseline keeper. Top Elmer. Now out top is going to be Farrell. Finally a foul. As considerable time runs off the clock. Apparently Schumann on the foul.
Gets Schumann second. Team foul number 6, so still not in the bonus, and that's the bad thing.
Okay, so I'm sure there will be a quick foul now. Brewer looks to send it in, and Corbin falls down. Now it's Columbia City 3-0. Davison scores the layup. 64-57. Now Corbin gets it in to Farrell. Farrell across the timeline, just 10 seconds. Farrell needs help. Now Kiefer, here's a foul. And it was rather academic at this point, and why he even bothered. The ball was already away, but he called a foul. Apparently it's going to be 24.
Davison's fourth, Andrew. Team foul number 7, so it finally puts Northrop in the bonus.
So Lady Eagles have fought back here late, but and the free throw is missed by Farrell. Farrell gets her own rebound off the deflection, puts it up. No. Rebound Brewer, puts it up, scores. And that's it. Ball game 66-57. It goes in favor of the Northrop Lady Bruins here tonight as they use a big 18-0 run in the third quarter, or part of the third quarter into the fourth, to pretty much seal the deal. And up and down game, played in spurts, as Columbia City was tied at 34. The wheels fell off from there. And 66-57 goes in favor of Northrop here tonight. So stay tuned for post-game activities. We'll get you the statistics. Coach Krieger will be out for his interview, I would imagine. And 66-57, once again, the final in favor of Northrop. They will go to 8-7 on the season. Columbia City will fall to 6-10 now on the season. And we'll proceed from there to action at home on Saturday night against the New Haven Lady Bulldogs. So that will be the next Lady Eagle basketball action coming up. If you can't make it out, WJHS will be on the scene. Tom Rensselaer, Andrew Thompson. And if somebody wants airtime here, how much money? Anyway, tonight's game was underwritten by the Star Financial Bank. And they are a full-service bank with branches in Columbia City, South Whitley, Cherubusco, and Fort Wayne.
What?
Oh, the gal that was hobbling out on the crutches, Melkai, that beat us last year at the buzzer. That's why she's not playing. Big foot injury. I just saw her hobble out of the arena. So, anyway, back to Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with branches in Columbia City, South Whitley, Cherubusco, and Fort Wayne, including the Frontage Road branch in Columbia City. That's Star Financial Bank, 248-6000. And it is Farm Bureau Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, give Bill Lou or Chuck Springer a call at 244-6179, or stop by the Gateway Park location just off Highway 30 in Columbia City. That's Farm Bureau Insurance, 244-6179. Smith Brothers Standard Service Station on North Main Street in Columbia City is south of Highway 30. Smith Brothers features 24-hour record service and new repair all makes of vehicles. Smith Brothers, 244-5904. Thompson's General Motors, located at 300 East in US 30, Columbia City, your full-service General Motor dealer offering, your full-service General Motors dealer offering new and used car and truck sales, leasing, and financing. Thompson's also offers mechanical and body repair, all along with parts and accessories, all since 1919. That's Thompson's General Motors. And McGregor Furniture at 301 West Van Buren Street in Columbia City. McGregor Furniture offers a complete line of Broyhill furniture, catnapper recliners, and much, much more. McGregor Furniture, located at the intersection of Van Buren and Line Street in Columbia City. And Coach Krieger has arrived close to the broadcast booth here, so we'll kind of stand by momentarily. 66-57, once again, the final in favor of Northrop here tonight. And Coach will join us here momentarily.
Coach, thanks for stopping out. We play this one in first night. The signs of what we saw the other night up at DeKalb, but just too many droughts tonight. Started with the first quarter. We didn't get on the board until 3:34 left to go.
Yeah, the offense was real sporadic tonight. We wanted to push the ball up the floor and play the same type of tempo that we played at DeKalb, but just being all honesty, our kids are just pretty much sick and tired. A combination of both. And we're going to take a couple days off and just see if we can't get them healthy.
It showed tonight, Coach, on the faces of some of the kids. I noticed Mallory Failer slacking, not necessarily slacking, but she just had a look on her face that she just didn't want to be there.
She was hurting. We've just got a lot of situations in the health area that we can't do anything about. But that's what I told the kids. I said we'll go out and give it our best shot, and that's what we did.
This is one of those you got to kind of erase from the schedule in terms of looking back come sectional time, because you had kids step up tonight, and you had some freshmen play extremely well with a pretty decent Northrop ball club that's beaten some big teams throughout the season.
Oh yeah, Northrop's a nice ball club. They're big, and they do a lot of things well. Elmer inside at 6'2" is real powerful, and then the kid that really runs the show is Corbin, and both of those kids were double scores, and their kid stepped up and hurt us off of the when we went into our trapping half court. She hung around the basket and was able to get some easy buckets. But when we fought back and got 30-30, that was our run. And then next time they came down the floor, they threw the ball all over the place, hit the backboard, came ricocheting out. Yeah. They grabbed it, threw it, and hit Rachel in the back of the head. Picked it up, and it was just one of those sequences. If we get that ball and come down and score, they're on the run. I mean, they had Phil calls the timeout and tries to regroup them, but it's still one of those situations where our kids were giving everything they had, and we didn't catch a break in that aspect of that sequence.
I saw you applaud them on the play, Coach, and we had kids all over the floor diving after the ball, and that's excellent to see, especially when the kids aren't feeling well. And you got to see that the last few games of the season, because we're not going to get it. Things aren't going to get any easier for us.
Absolutely not, and they know that. And we're in a situation where we've got number 6 Huntington coming up, and number, I don't know what Leo is.
They're right there.
8th, and but that's okay, because when we get this season finished and start our tournament, hopefully this is what it's all about.
Coach, I don't know if the fans on tonight's broadcast kind of got the same feeling I did. We're right there, and I commend the defense. They've really stepped up over the last couple games, and it's led to some great transition basketball. I know we looked for it at the beginning of the season. It just wasn't there because the turnovers were coming so abundantly. But you only turned the ball over tonight, let's see here, 16 times, and I think if we would have done that one of the first 5 games of the season, I think you would have been real happy, because we were putting up 23, 24 turnovers a game.
Right. Yeah, and we have improved, and this group has improved, and that's what we expect out of them, and they've done that. The fact that the Elmer kid at 6'2", great jumper. She's gone to volleyball, a volleyball scholarship to Stanford, and an outstanding athlete. She gets 27 tonight, and we tried everything we could, but boy, you just can't do a lot with a 6'2" kid that can jump the way she can jump. And I was trying to work the officials for some over the backs, and we did get a call or two, but that was a big factor. She can go out on the floor and knock the ball down, and I'm not sure that we played anybody any more versatile this year. I know Missy Taylor from Connersville did a real nice job inside outside at 6'2", but Elmer really has a nice soft touch, 15, 18 feet from the hoop, and plus inside she's a real tough cookie.
Good news is, Coach, we're definitely improving, and hey, it's a long way to the sectional, but we got plenty of time to improve even more. I think we could take it home.
Right now, I'm just hoping that we get our kids healthy. Right. At this point in the season, we're obviously without Chas, and Mal didn't feel well, so our height was pretty much negated by circumstances we can't control. But hey, the kids played hard, and that's the bottom line. That's all I ever ask out of them. Just give me your best whatever that is, and I think they provided it tonight.
I think it did too. We didn't get a chance to play the freshman game tonight, did we? Did we not?
No, we didn't, because we had illness. We had so many kids out that we didn't have enough numbers at the varsity or JV. We had six at each and 7 at the freshmen. So normally we run 12 at the freshmen, 8 at the JV, and 7 at the varsity. So that's how many kids were out. So we had a bunch of kids that were not even in school. It wasn't that they didn't make the trip. They just weren't. They weren't in school.
Coach, thanks for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Okay, thanks.
Coach Krieger takes off the headsets and hands them back to Andrew Thompson as he slides them on. And we're just about ready to turn off the lights here, for crying out loud, Andrew. I haven't done stats yet.
All right, yeah, we still got them lights.
Well, we're going to look at tonight's stats. Coach Krieger telling the story about the illnesses with the Lady Eagles. Had this one knotted up at one time, but just kind of faded away from there in terms of just didn't have the effort to go down the stretch run in the third quarter. And you can see it. They played so hard for so long and then just didn't have any more left over. Let's look at Northrop stats first, Andy, tonight. Courtney Longardner, 1 of 4 shooting. Or check out 2 of 4 shooting for Courtney. She's 2 of 4 shooting, 4 points for Longardner. Kelsey Corbin, 5 of 9 shooting, 10 points for Corbin. Amber Brewer, 5 of 5 shooting, 10 points for Brewer. She was hot from the field down low, left all alone a couple times there late in the fourth quarter. Shannon Kiefer, 6 of 7 shooting, 14 points for Kiefer. Included 3 big threes in the second half. So Kiefer with 14 tonight. Melissa Elmer, 12 of 16, the young 6'2" standout for Northrop that Coach Krieger just got done talking about. 12 of 16 shooting, 27 big ones tonight for Elmer, as she had some big buckets down the road, never really had a bad touch all night long. She's a tough ball player, and so Elmer with 27 tonight. Northrop turns the ball over tonight 14 times. Leading rebounder is Elmer. She picks up 9 of them tonight. So
She did about everything.
Yeah, she was all world tonight. Okay, let's look at the Columbia City side of the ledger. Dana Roberts, 2 of 6 shooting, 6 points for Roberts. Shelby Schumann, 2 free throws, 2 points for Schumann. She also picked up 7 rebounds and 2 steals to go along with that. Just to go back to Dana Roberts, she also picked up a block shot, 3 steals, and 7 assists. So a good night for Roberts. Kara Davison, 1 of 2 shooting, 4 points for Davison. Lori Minnick, 4 rebounds, 0 of 1 from the field, 2 points for Minnick. Rachel Pepler, good night for Pepler. She had to do most of the work with Failer out and ill in the fourth quarter, and Myers out for a little while. 12 of 15 shooting for Pepler, 22 big ones tonight for Rachel, probably a career high. I'll have to check on it. Mallory Failer, 4 of 11 shooting, 9 points for Failer. She picked up 7 of them in the second half. Cold from the field in the first. Stephanie Hoppy, 2 of 2 shooting, 8 points for Hoppy. A lot of free throws in between. Marissa Licky, 2 free throws, 2 points for Marissa Licky. Reading rebounder tonight for the Lady Eagles. Interesting enough, Shelby Schumann and Dana Roberts, they both picked up 8 on the evening. Lori Minnick had 4. Mallory Failer had 5. So that'll round out the Lady Eagles. They turned the ball over tonight 17 times. And as I told Coach Krieger, Andrew, if we would have turned the ball over 17 times, any one of the first 6-7 games where we picked up losses, we might have got some big wins in there. I look back and you look at the Carroll game where we had 27 turnovers, and 4 of them came in the last 1:47, and 1 of them came in the last 13 seconds. That was just an unforced turnover, and a different ball club as we look back from that game. I know another loss goes up here on the statistics sheets for the Lady Eagles. But Andrew, they're playing some pretty solid basketball right now, and I think they honestly make a stretch run. I don't say that just because we're on radio and we're supposed to. We're playing some pretty solid basketball.
Yeah, we are, and I know some listeners or regular old fans, they see that 6 and 10, and they like to dwell on that. But I don't think it's indicative anyway the way they're playing, and I've said that about the boys program too. Right. And people may think we're nuts, but at any rate, that's what we think. And 6 and 10, but a tough schedule and some tough games with turnovers, and they're starting to iron that out. And just a little too much Melissa Elmer here tonight, and she's a good basketball player, no doubt about it.
Yeah, she is. And then the thing about Elmer that makes her better is the fact that she's got someone to work with. If it was all alone, I don't know if they'd have the caliber of team they have.
They move the ball well.
They move the ball very well.
Corbin really runs the floor nicely.
Yep. So that's the biggest asset. You have to have someone to compliment you.
Okay, well, looks like it's about, we'll wrap it up as Tom and I, the last Columbia City folks in the building here. Everybody else has departed for the evening. So we're just about get ready to send it home here. And once again, the final score here tonight, 66-57 in favor of Northrop. Columbia City's record drops to 6-10 on the campaign. Northrop, meanwhile, goes to 8-7. And the Lady Eagles, well, once again, next to the action Saturday night against New Haven. And that will be our next, check that, our next broadcast coming up on WJHS will be Friday night when Coach Benedict and the boys go over to New Haven to tee it up against the Bulldogs. So that will be our next WJHS broadcast. Join Jerry Garado and myself, Andrew Thompson, for that one. Varsity only for that one at about 7:45. And the next Lady Eagle action will be Saturday night, the 27th, this coming Saturday, when the New Haven Lady Bulldogs come calling at Columbia City. So those will be the next broadcast here on WJHS. And I want to thank Patrick Wessler for all his work back in the WJHS studios once again tonight. And thank our underwriters one last time here this evening. They were responsible for bringing you this broadcast: the Star Financial Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, Smith Brothers Standard Service Station, Thompson's Whitley County Motors, McGregor Furniture, Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, and McNagny Attorneys at Law, and the RailU Allstate Insurance Agency. Those are your underwriters. We thank them for bringing you this one here tonight. And that's just going to about wrap it up. And for Tom Retzler, this is Andrew Thompson saying once again the final score tonight here from Northrop High School in Fort Wayne, 66-57. It was in favor of the Northrop Lady Bruins. Thanks for listening, and good night, everyone.